fire. All right, your parent.
All right, we're good. Let's.
Quiet on the set. Quiet on set. One more time. Quiet on set.
Little girl, so Hollywood, doing all things she knows she never should. She's trying.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very exciting episode of the Strange Herd podcast.
That's the first time I've heard the name of the podcast.
You never asked, so that's fine.
That's on me then. That's on me.
But hello, I'm your host, Jared Monday, and our wonderful guest is the unbelievably talented, gorgeous, kind, hugest. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna keep on going for it. You know,
But the one and only Joey McClain, bro. This
dudes, how we living?
living good, man. I'm still surprised I'm doing this.
Bro, why when you clap those lights?
Oh yeah, I thought it'd be something like it's something. If you get really excited and laugh, it'll turn on, and you'll be like, oh, you know,
What's the noise threshold for those things? Anyway,
yeah. But so this is a very interesting podcast in a series of other podcasts. This is going to be the Trombley Bay series. If you don't know this, I've been in a very interesting rock band back in the day called Trombley Bay.
Trombley Bay. What a great band name, right?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, pretty cool. But Joey, like let's start here. So how did I convince you to start being in a band with me?
A lot of ladies. And no, dude, honestly, I just remember that I desperately wanted to play in a rock band, obviously. Yeah, and we both play football, and I knew that you were in a band, and then, I don't know, you tell me, dude, how did you get me to do it?
I don't know. I just remember walking up to you because Adam had said that you were playing at your church, like at the worship band.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just sitting there frustrated with, like, I can't find a bass player. I can't find anybody. I had, because JoJo was playing bass, and then he had to dip out and go to LJ for his stuff. And then we had Russell on drums.
Yep.
I hope that man's doing well. He was always great. Sorry how it ended. I hope he's not mad. I wouldn't blame him if he is. I mean,
I talked to him
at the Foo Fighters concert.
No, we were at a tailgate at UGA.
Oh, nice.
Dude, well, talking about podcasts, he has an Adventure Time podcast, and he had a big guest on recently, one of the voice actors for, anyways, that's
awesome.
That's for another.
Hey, shout out to Russ.
Shout out to Russ.
Yeah, dude, go check that guy out, man. But he was playing drums.
Yeah.
JoJo had left. We had a gig coming up at this bar, and Adam told me about you playing guitar, and I just assumed, all right, fuck it. If you can play guitar, you can play bass.
Yeah, so you freaking demoted me.
After?
I was trying to have long flowing hair, playing the guitar, having ladies all over me, and freaking threw me in the back and gave me 4 strings.
Just for the time being. But
that's what it turned out to be.
Yeah, it turned out
just claw my way back.
Well, and
the good graces of the guitar lord.
And what was really funny is that the time Josh, he wanted to start playing in a rock band because you were playing in a rock band. So
also played guitar.
Also played guitar, not bass.
But he would say that he was not very.
And I just remember the funniest part of that Jared Monday project days. Back when it was just 3 of them.
Well, yeah, do you listeners even know how you started?
If we have any listeners, they will. They will.
The jam, baby.
The Jared Monday project.
JMP, so I don't know. That's your freaking.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
It's fate that your initials are Jam. Yeah, I just want to say that.
Yeah, dude, it's I think
Teresa knew what she was doing.
Yes.
That's all I got.
They never expected me to pick up and keep picking up the guitar. That was the funniest part.
Yeah, you were it's as far as, if we're talking the beginning, I knew that you were a freaking prodigy. I knew that you fucking played with your teeth, put the guitar behind your back, did that, not her. Had your shirt on, you were sweating, you know.
Nasty, man.
Had freaking bandanas on. I was like, dude, if I'm going to be in a band, it's probably going to be with this guy.
dude, it was insane.
And that was just the start.
And then you and Russell decided, hey, Josh is a kind of a popular guy. Maybe he can get more people to come to the shows. And I'll wait for Josh's episode so we can talk about it with him. But I had some drawbacks. I was like, there's a few things about Josh I'm concerned about. And they said, little did you know I was going to get outvoted in the 3-piece. It's a 3-piece band, so it's like,
Your vote, wait.
yeah. But at the end of the day,
We had to claw for some control in that band.
well, yeah. And then that's what eventually, after we found Joseph, and so sorry, Russell. I was a dumb kid that didn't know how to like tell people I want to do something different.
Okay, I feel like we can't just keep on talking about it. If we're trying to, we should let people know what happened.
Well, yeah, Joseph came over because he was in the prom group.
The drummer for Trombley.
Yeah, the drummer for Trombley Bay. He was in a prom group, and the next morning, we're jamming. He's, you know, play drums, up the killed the drum.
He came over and just jammed with you one day.
And Russell literally walked in on his jam.
Oh, well, that's your fault, bro. Why are you practicing with another drummer? No. In fact, practicing with another drummer before band practice.
It was a impromptu jam, and he walked in, and I do remember Russell saying, "This is like playing up the what is this?" Well, the thing that sucked is, I know, dude. I was a bad person.
Dude, that would literally make my heart sink.
Well, it's
Not to say that you're a fucked up guy, and if you're a good guy,
at times, yes.
I mean,
Young, dumb.
can't you always just add more guitar players? No. I don't know. I see bands up there and they've got 3-4 people. Dude, so you're saying when you're just switching off who's actually playing the solos. So you're saying we should have another drummer? We should have a percussionist.
I feel like.
Go Grateful Dead on.
Oh yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, you can even clash styles. Have someone on a traditional set, someone on the electronic with a pad too, and just
Well, the auxiliary stuff.
you're producing 2 different sounds. We're talking about ancient history.
Yeah,
We coulda, woulda, shouldas.
yeah, that's true.
Well, how did the snowstorm fit into all this? Weren't y'all like snowed in? Wasn't that actually tropic?
Yeah, we were already established that point.
Or was that what like got Joseph fully encompassed in it or something?
Nah,
Because I could have sworn I heard this story. They all got snowed in for like almost we did, yes.
Yeah.
And that was like, when that was, I feel like that was after, that was like a year's
at least.
No, maybe, dude, maybe Josh saw something. I mean, when I first showed up, that was the story that I heard that started everything, was that y'all actually got snowed in for about a week. Regardless of how it went down, what happened was, I mean,
Well, the thing here's how I messed.
oh yeah?
Sorry, no, you need to finish. You're right.
It's okay. I'm sorry. Anyway, we were just vibing with Joseph, is what it is, the point that I'm getting.
Yeah.
So like it was just kind of like a thing that
Just hey, I play drums. I slept over at your house. You want to jam? Yeah, sure.
and then yeah, kind of to the snowstorm point, we were hunkered in that basement for weeks at a time, you know.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
it just kind of
Yeah, and what I will admit I messed up is after jamming with Joseph, I already kind of in my mind was like, I think I might want to do it with Joseph. I mean, and the part that I messed up is like booked a gig, and then was like, all right, cool. Now I got to tell Russell that I didn't, and I was a shitty person because of it.
Hey, that's part of this podcast though, is not righting our wrongs, but looking at what we did that was messed up and acknowledging it and learning from it and not doing that. Because we're not gonna do something like that ever again.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Russell. Had to be the lesson that I had to learn. Because he was a great fucking dude. Like, I never
Great dude and great drummer. He had some visions. Dude, he could write songs and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, my loss.
And you know,
Not to say anything bad about Joseph, I was happy with it, but you know,
what I'm about to say is you can't deny Joseph. There's no denying how freaking good Joseph is at the drums. He is literally, he played in the drum line at a rival high school of ours, and he just slapped those guys. That's what I know.
yeah,
And he got I don't even know if he kept up practicing after. I don't know. It seems like, where did he get that from? Was he just practice? Did he get really good once? And then
you got to remember, his dad was also a drummer.
he grew up on it.
Yeah, and
It was.
Mr. Tony, with No Strangers, if you guys are still out there jamming, keep jamming.
Dude, they're going to jam till the day they die.
That's why I love him. But he did have that growing up. So, but
Which, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, part of his DNA, literally.
of quite literally.
Quite literally.
But what was so I mean that's what I felt mad about with Russ but after we eventually went our separate ways, then okay, we have Joey, Josh, Joseph, and then we had the Carl phase. Another great guy, just didn't work out. He was a great piano player, but we needed a keyboard player. And it was just he didn't do that solid.
He was like classically trained, so it was like
yeah. I mean,
yeah. And dude, if we wanted to talk about like, because what you said, something you said to me is just like about all this podcast, talking music, talking like where could we have gone differently. Like, I know that he said a couple times he just wanted to feel a little bit more integrated. Like he wanted us to like kind of work with him a little bit more. He was like, this is not something he'd done before. So like, if I could go back and do something, I would maybe try to work with him more because he has some good ideas. Yeah, it's just
we just didn't. We fumbled that one too.
we kind of fumbled that one as well.
Yeah, and I mean, we got some really good songs out there. I think we did write some really good stuff. We got on the radio. We did some other things like that.
Some of our best stuff, I feel like, was never released.
What did we not release?
Feed the Birds, baby.
Samba. Dude, I thought about actually doing a rewrite of Samba. You should. And dude, the one song that was our true missed like opportunity was Until Tomorrow, Hasta Mañana.
Oh, what? You meant that? No, of course. But I'm saying
We never recorded it. We never cut it. We never took it to studio.
So if you guys are watching this, probably you kind of know a little bit about us, about Trombley Bay. It's kind of a small thing right now, the podcast. And Trombley Bay never got super off the ground. I mean, we had some fun. We had a lot of fun. It was the best time of my life.
Yeah.
But so we have like, how many songs do you think? We have like 2 EPs, 4 songs a piece, maybe.
Yeah.
8 songs total.
There's the EP, and then there was the Dark Horse cut. So I think
Let's talk about that later.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Talk about fumble in the bag.
Let's talk about that later for sure. But what this band was we spent a lot of time locked up in this man's basement. Thank the Lord. Thank Teresa. Thanks Jeff.
Thank you, Zad. Thank you, Mom.
And freaking making the most noise possible for hours upon end. And we ended up getting a little experimental in both our music and in other substances potentially. And
Can neither confirm nor deny that.
I can confirm it.
Go on.
But some cool music kind of came out of it, if I'm being 100% right. And I wish there's some recordings out there somewhere of it. And maybe one of these days we should just like kind of, if we have a good recording setup, we should make it happen to where we re-record it and just release it. If for no one else, just for ourselves,
I 100% agree. And I know I have something on here from one of the random cuts that we did.
please find it. But yeah, I don't even know. So I was in the Jared Monday project. That's when I started playing the bass, came in with this guy and the Jared Monday project. And obviously we were like, I'm not going to be in a band named after you. Sorry, pussy. But
Yeah. Well, that's what I give you guys credit on making the move to Trombley Bay. That was smart. Like, Jared's got a huge fucking ego. Thinks he could name this band after himself. And so they decided, well, if we name the band after the street that he lives on, that's still like him. It's like it's his street, which is it's like it's kind of him. And it's like the fucking bait.
And it's a good, I think
it was a solid name. It was kind of ambiguous of like, what is the Trombley Bay? Where is?
That's what I'm saying. We had to like work with like, because you're just such a strong personality. You're like, in nice input. Good. It's a good thing. And sometimes it might bite you in the ass. But we have to work with you so you can work with us. So we could, and it's just like, it was a thing that we had to navigate.
Yeah,
At longest time.
I agree. And, looking back on that, I needed to, like, especially now with the hometown youth, the former night shift, they're kind of ran into the same thing.
Well, what does that say, man? Literally.
It means I just need to write everything. I just need to record everything on my own since I can play all the instruments.
Bro, you're like fucking John Mayer is what you're like. I think there's some of that same genius in there. Like, I feel like John Mayer's kind of like, he just kind of has this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's like egotistical or whatever, but like, I feel like John Mayer wants to run the show, He knows what he wants. Like, I'm sure there's songs where John Mayer's recorded all the instruments. All the string.
Yeah, at least a string.
At least a string.
That's the only thing and I called Joseph to do some drum work for me, hopefully in the future, because he did play at a gig for us. He popped in with Megan as she was pregnant at a bar to Moonshiners.
But for what? For what?
I was white.
Place of Ethan?
No. He just popped in. I didn't know he was coming. And he just showed up, and then it's the start of the second set.
And you just let him up there?
I was like, Ethan, he's like, do it. Because Ethan knows Joseph. He's like, let him do it. And we did the Folsom Prison cover that we do.
Yeah, sure, just.
Dude, it was really weird because I'd look over where you were supposed to be, and I'm like, hey,
Where you were
I just I hip literally had like a, yeah, I'm like in different dimensions of like what's going on here. See, nice. At least I didn't do it on the mic, but yeah, there's mics everywhere.
I feel like,
but I mean, dude, that's the thing. I that's the one thing. Bass and drums. I'm getting back on my drum chops and stuff.
yeah, you're starting to record for your,
And it's
making stuff.
just like this podcast has made me realize how many times I say like, ass, so. Yeah.
How many times you do the same beat?
Well, you know how it is with all right, Joey, play a lick, and you just have that one.
I hate being pros.
Oh, dude, you want to talk about who hates that? Is my bass player, Jaden. I do that shit to him all the time. I'm like, bass solo! And he's, fuck you, wow. He is not about a bass solo, but he will fucking murder some Chili Peppers. Like,
He's a good bass player.
oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did see him play a lot. Man, yeah,
He's got the vibes.
he's got the vibes.
Got the thing that's,
But, where did we leave off? So it was, oh, yeah, dude, so I do think I have,
yeah.
I do have this. That's not the right one. Here we go. Come on. Is this right? Oh, we can hear this through the... This is
Definitely the experimental stage. Was this recorded in the bass?
I think it was.
I'm pretty sure it was. I can't hear it all that well.
Ready for it?
It's
I mean, some like...
That's what I'm saying. If you really, come on. If we flesh this out, dude, it would be fine.
I can't agree with you more, dude.
Why do we call this all samba? If it even, could you call this some salsa vibes right here? It's maybe
Definitely not a samba beat.
yeah.
It's like maybe a mild surf rock.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is recording bass, and I'm not hanging with it here. I just want to get to the chorus.
Oh god, all these old.
Thing is, these were all like, they were good ideas, but, and then I'll say this about all of our time, all of our work.
Sorry,
There you go.
that was a rough take of Old Man's Rebellion.
But I just feel like we should have done more. Just like really, just we should have had a real good plan when we went to record. Yeah. That I feel like we didn't always. I feel like when we went to Dark Horse, we kind of did a little bit.
It was the most planned, and then other plans fucked up the original one.
Just came in.
Really just snowballed us, like, into just calamity.
I feel like we have to.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be. I think we'll save the Dark Horse story for when we do all four of us.
Yeah, that'll give them something to look forward to.
Yeah, so the 3 people in India or Asia or wherever that are watching, stay tuned.
Just tell all the boys to freaking not talk about it.
Oh yeah, no, I'll keep that going. But I mean, that's the thing is, we definitely had some really good songs, and my personal view was, as the lead singer, I feel like it just becomes like, oh, well, I'm the leader of the band, which, yeah, I know, but I know it's not like me to put my name on a band, but
I'm just like, what are your names? Plaster. This is your podcast. So so I'm half just stoked.
yeah, but I mean, like, me personally, I feel I got swept up in the enjoying of playing more than I had in the planning out stuff. Just want to play, write, record, play, write, record.
Yeah.
And then on the first real EP that we did, I mean, Man Behind It All was a great song. I think Something New, the one that you and Josh put together,
Yeah.
solid. Definitely one of a lot of people's favorites. Another sleep. I heard about that. Ghost too.
Yeah, Ghost was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
But again, like, these were like 5-minute songs.
true.
That's not going to work, you know? That's just, well, it will.
Nowadays, because of streaming, I think it could.
Yeah.
Radio play different.
But, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, they were good. I feel like they could have progressed a little bit more. Like, they could have just been a little bit more exciting. Because they were good. They were good songs, good vibes. But
They just needed some more appetizers,
a little bit more.
just more sides on the band core.
Yeah, so we got to drizzle some freaking.
We had steak and potatoes all day, but you gotta have some extra.
We got to have some Béarnaise sauce.
Some Béarnaise sauce. I love it.
That's a shout out to my wife.
Yeah.
She loves Béarnaise sauce.
Gosh.
Also,
Yeah? No, you go ahead.
well, I was just going to talk about how I feel like our recorded quality wasn't always the best.
See, you know?
Which is going to shoot you in the freaking foot.
Yeah.
If it just doesn't sound right.
Well, especially if you're not going for a lo-fi punk like metal, or you're not going for that little indie, you want to sound like it was recorded on a 4-track. Like, that's one way to go. But when you're trying to sound like a normal rock band, like when you're trying to sound like the Foo Fighters and you sound like an indie band, it's like
Yeah.
But I will go because I have all the songs of my favorites and stuff, so it'll come up randomly. I kind of heard, there is a next step that we didn't have because of our budget.
Yeah.
But the budget did price it. You remember when we went down to Itchy Brain and we tried to shake him down to give us a super deal? Me and Joey are just sitting in there, and to his credit, the wizard of the Itchy Brain Studios sat down and was like, "Hey, this is a new studio. We have a lot of good shit in here. It's going to cost thousands." Me and Joey. Well, you were the funniest part. That was the day I learned Joey's actually a fucking salesman. Because he's like, "Whoa, $2,000?" And then I'm just sitting there kind of thinking in my head, let him cook. Just like, what a bitch. Never seen you like that before. So I was just, yeah. But the recorded quality, I think, that we got out of Rex Tracks over in Duluth, solid for the spot of in our band's life that we were at.
Yeah, I agree. And we went back there with 5-Speed, the country band that I was in, and we were in a competition and we had to pump out some songs pretty fast, and we did it. And we also did something where we didn't have to pump out fast, but it came out good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, you guys, the 5-Speed stuff, I was excited about because it gave me a little extra drive. I'm like, all right, one of us has to pop off, and whoever pops off first gets the kids.
So we thought it was going to be us for a second there.
We really did. I did too.
While we were playing with Trombley Bay, and I'm sure you were pissed about it.
Not pissed, but less than pleased.
Less, because it kind of conflicted at times for sure. Me and the bass player Josh went and got with this country singer and this other country guitar player, songwriter, singer, and we kind of did the damn thing. And we live in Georgia, so every time I talk about it, I say it's a good gig, to play country music down here. And every time I say it to somebody, they're like, yeah, for sure. Even though I'm more of like an alternative guy.
Yeah.
Wait, we went to freaking Kenny Chesney. Who do they have playing the guitar? Freaking metalheads, because they're the freaking best at their instruments. But they're all in the country music scene because that's where the money's at.
Pays.
But yeah, so I did that for a little bit. We won a couple of competitions. Thought we were gonna go to Nashville to play because honestly, we won our little
your group and
we won our group where we had to actually play, and then it kind of just went off into the ether, and it was somehow this guy from Macon got picked instead to go, and it was why did he get picked over us? And he sucked. He sucked.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I'm sure it was because I think he's in Nashville now, actually kind of doing the same thing.
Well, that's the thing about
that. Would have been us. That could have been that if they chose, because literally it was just like a decision, and they just chose to take us. Maybe my life would be entirely.
Well, and the thing is, you guys had you have the thing going for it as a young guys,
That's what. Yeah, we were good looking.
potentially having the longevity. No, dude, the Hawaiian, the flower shirt, I'm digging it.
Dude, I've gotten so many compliments on this get up right here.
Yeah. I mean, dude, your wife dresses you well.
And that's what I was gonna say.
God bless you, Christine.
Dude, I'll tell anybody that if I'm wearing anything cool, it's because of her.
She's got a good eye.
Hey, some dress you.
Hey, dude, I mean, this is me. I think I got the matching numbers on my pants and shirt, so it should match. Colorblind psych. It's like, I always think, is this blue conflicting with this blue? It's blue jeans.
No, yeah, the color you got. I'm not the biggest fan of the checker.
Yeah, I feel like it does make me look like a dad. Like Sunday churchy. It's the best shirt I had on laundry day, so. But, yeah, dude, I thought you guys definitely had all the makings for it, and that was the thing. And there was that point where I was like, all right, I still got Joseph. Kind of. Wait, no, it was always Travis. No, Travis was the singer. And then drummer was Christian. God, he could slap some drums.
He had never had lessons either. He just slaps the hell out of it.
Yeah. Well, dude, I remember what was it? It's like gig out in, not Gainesville. I'd like tagged along to be like your extra security or something like that. It was when we had your mom's van.
Was it at like on a
Was it Milledgeville? No, it was Milledgeville. You played out in Milledgeville somewhere. I tagged along.
in a bar?
Yeah.
And it was fucking crazy?
Yeah, I was getting.
But like, dude, someone spilled beer on my amp that show. Pissed about it. That's something you don't think about as musicians playing these damn shows. Like, if something happens, do you have insurance for your amps and shit?
I do now. But it's because of shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Drunk ass college kids just
if you're at a show, stay the fuck off the stage.
I'm staying off the stage.
Unless you're a straight 10, not like a everybody tells me I'm 10. No, stay the fuck off the stage.
Step.
Like, God. Like, I actually had an incident at my last gig. Not too tough. So I'm playing at this wonderful establishment that serves many a fine liqueurs, and
I follow you. I know you played.
I think I do. I'm quite an interesting person now that you're married. I'm to post more. But, so I'm playing, and it's a solo gig, and out of nowhere, like, it's in, like, the side stage of, like, a little alley kind of thing they built up, and, this guy just comes walking down the alley, walks straight by me. I'm like, oh, okay, that was weird. And he walks over to a group and, like, daps some guy up, and I was like, oh, he's just probably like, sorry, guys, I'm late to the party, or, just being that friend, making a scene just to embarrass his friend.
That's a big center of attention.
Exactly. Well, know a little bit about that.
That's like an asshole.
Yeah. But what got crazier is, so I was like, okay, cool. You just kind of see him in the distance, and then I kind of see this motion happen, and I go, oh shit, they are not friends. And then the guy kind of tells him to get the hell out of here, quit talking to him and his wife and whoever, like the other couple that was there with him, goes up back into the bar. 3 other people start pushing him back out the bar, down back towards me, and this one dude that he was definitely not staff, because they're like, please don't. And I'm just sitting there playing along. I don't even know when I was playing.
I can't tell you how many times you're just playing and something's popping off, and you're just like,
do I stop? But you do your job. Yeah, you did. It's like, you're here to play. But what ended up happening was, so they push him down, and like they're about to start swinging in front of me, and I stop. I'm like, hey, I don't care if you guys fight, just don't fight near the equipment. And the guy is like, don't worry, bro, I got this, and like starts pushing the drunk dude down, all the way down the alley. And then they get into this tussle, and then the manager, which, by the way, the manager at Butch and Brew, God bless you, you kicked ass. And almost literally, because the guy like gave her one of those like drunk shoves, and this girl, I looked at her and I was like, she looks like a nice person, but she also looks like she's going to kill you if you fuck around. And I was like, I'm not going to find out. I'm just going to do my thing. She shoves him like way hard, and he was, all like drunkenly trying to stand up. They chase him off, and they told him, if you come back here, you're trespassing. And so naturally he comes back and trespasses. But they've already called the cops to tell them, come here, there's a drunk guy wandering around causing problems. And as they're starting to fight, I started like, when he came back, I started playing, fuck, free. I was like, I just started singing that, and,
oh, it's got
it gets better. So at that point, I realized I kind of antagonized him. And I was like, that was a bad idea. Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? The next thing I know, thank God the Alpharetta police showed up, snatched him, and I was playing some song. I think I was just doing like one of those random jams that I'm so famous for doing, but I have no idea what to do. Pedal ready to go. Oh, dude, it's clutch. And then right as the guy is like starting to mouth off to the officer, that's when the cuffs come out, and I started playing "I Fought the Law" by The Clash. Yeah, the cops loved it.
Really?
They were sitting there clicking the handcuffs up. I fought the law, and
The guy. That's what you need, like some background music. So you were the.
I was in that guy's life, not the way he wanted, but the cops are just like, that's fucking hilarious. What was that, Josh?
Got me excited. Or keep it going.
Yeah, it's not the lights up, right? It's the controller for the fucking rest. But yeah, it was just the funniest thing. The cops were like handcuffing him, just bobbing their heads and stuff, and it came by and was like, that was great timing, bro. And then the whole thing, God bless the cops, like, don't search my car, like, like that kind of shit. But it was awesome, dude. I had a ball doing that. But those kind of people just wander around, and I mean, let's say those kind of people. I have been that person, but never to the point where I got arrested.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah,
playing a lot of honky tonks. Do Godspeed.
I was about to say the honky tonk is different than the biker bar.
Yeah, the biker bar is different than the honky tonk.
Totally different. Well, what was the craziest one that you can remember from 5 Speed?
Yeah, I played in this place in Augusta that it was like a rundown shopping mall that they turned into some
like a venue?
It was a legit venue. But I mean,
like a Wild Bill's?
It's just like it's a strip mall kind of thing. Shit. And it was just the parking lot was wide open. But that's where all the drunks came to fucking. Where all the drunks came to.
Wait. You were playing in the place or in the parking?
Okay. And the parking lot was just barren. Like you wouldn't expect for it to be a cool place to attend. We also played this place in Alabama.
Do I hear Banana Man? I think there's a Banana Man here.
Played in some honky tonks, what I'm trying to say.
Hell yeah. Playing some cool shows too, though.
What, dude? There can't be a banana band without here. Oh, don't have the suit on report. Can't walk in without being bananaed up.
So you need to get on the podcast. I'm trying not to scare the family, Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to not do. We don't want to mess up I don't want to mess this in. So yeah, dude. I mean, the honky tonk bars, I feel like they get out.
I can't remember the name of the city, but it's probably better that way. It probably, and I think I could probably throw out a couple of venue names, but
under the bus.
And there was like a legit like stripper there. Like we were playing and like it was with 5 Speed, and just I think we didn't even have our lead singer. Our lead singer was doing something else, and so we had Big Joe of Double Wide.
Yes,
we had these two large human beings who are great people, and they call themselves Double Wide. Oh my gosh,
and they're good.
And they're good.
Chappie's doing really well, dude.
Did Chappie just release the Waffle House song?
Yeah,
you hear that?
I love it. That's so smart.
Gonna take it to the house. I got it. Damn, I didn't know we were gonna just plug Chappie in this show.
Maybe he'll plug us back one day.
Anyways, there was a legit stripper, and like we were playing a full moon, where we saw titties. And there was just what's up, Jim? Market. Well, I didn't say it. It's hush enough. We saw there was just a chair in the middle. She was doing a striptease. We were playing. Is that cool? I guess that's cool.
I mean, it's cool to watch.
I didn't mind it,
dude.
Yeah. But but if we're talking about, it was a good story, but no, that's not the kind of gigs you're trying to play per hit. The thing is, okay, so we got into like a bunch of bar playing gigs, so like which is what we still do when we're playing, which is a good way to make some money. But like, it's just like it's trying to figure out like what do you want to do with your music career? Like, are you trying to pop off, make it big? Are you trying to go be like on all the people radios, which is cool for sure. But there's so many, a majority of musicians are just playing in bar gigs, So it's like,
yeah. Well, I feel like it's because the situation I'm in right now. It's I play a lot of I've been moving towards private gigs, corporate gigs, weddings, and stuff like that. So hey, dude, go ahead. Do I want to get paid $1,200 to show up and play for 2 hours? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I don't have to split it with anybody? That's a good thing.
The thing is,
The thing is, it's not just 2 hours. Oh yeah, no, it's
it's a whole day. Okay, because it's literally your whole entire day is gone.
well, if you're Josh, it's 2 hours because you show up at playtime.
Thank you for making that. Thank you for saying.
You can't tell me I'm wrong, Josh.
Dude, he tries to tell me. Okay, granted, I'm not the best. No. I tagged along with him. If there were people late, it was me and Josh together.
Well, it's because you were riding together. And you specifically were driving Josh, who always had to roll one more thing before we go.
And now he's about to be a doctor. Doctors are late to everything.
Oh, well, that's actually a good segue to introduce Banana. Hello.
Good to see you guys. Good to see you. See you.
Speaking of your mic,
Yeah, I can't really hear you.
you guys can't really hear me.
I can kind of hear you.
Yeah, hold on, man. Keep going.
Josh, Josh.
Yeah. One more time, Josh. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And Josh, do you have the game? Is he up all the way on volume?
Sure, what? Deuce or deuce, okay? Just keep talking. I'm
just saying, start with the volume and then go gain over here.
It's up, baby.
The man.
It's good to see you. Last time I saw you wearing that suit, we were in Vegas.
Yes. That sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Vegas. You were, I remember you were in second place. How go? I don't know why he's laughing. Weren't you in like play? Oh yeah, no, I was horrible.
Well, I was doing good until I blew chunks behind the heart attack girl.
It's the body temperature healing
That's what it. No, so that was.
Yes, gosh, that's how pretty shot. You seen? Yeah. He was just trying to be a team player. But it was cool, but it was man. Right, 50. Yeah, I had no intentions of winning. For those who don't know what pub golf is, here we go. It's a game where you chug beers, and like when you start chugging, which I cannot chug, I can. I play rugby. Yeah, you have to. I play.
Take a shot if we're doing the game where it's like
Oz talks about being a pilot. Joey talks about rugby. Those are when you take shots.
No shit.
But yeah, I was never a person that was a beer chugger, and you have to chug a beer, and however much you get done, that's your first stroke. So if you chug a whole beer, it's a whole one.
I forgot how I was playing for a second, but now I remember.
Yeah,
I was probably mind erased after that.
you're a champion.
Yeah, did you win?
You do.
We fit.
Yeah, he was Banana Man. It makes sense. Yeah, no, that's the thing though. It's like I had a what on pretty much everybody.
Yeah, it was very low. We should have had handicaps, you know.
Oh, it's the daiquiri was the daiquiri is the worst.
That's frozen.
That's what caught you in the area.
Oh yes, the frozen.
That was no. Why would we like I think that was Barry's call, right? He made that whole he chose the whole call.
You guys. I would eat so long for the
God. One. It was evil genius. I'll give him that.
It's crazy.
Like that was an equalizer. And then I just wanted to be someone that was walking by us while we were doing that, seeing us all chugging daiquiris. Go, God. Didn't video something like that.
Oh no,
we're there and we have it, and people are talking to us, and we're saying, "What are you guys doing? Pub golf. What's that? Okay."
Isn't it obvious when Barry Brady has a freaking golf glove?
Yeah, exactly. And love he did it. The one glove like with.
I think he had like a little visor.
Well, yeah. And then George had big gloves up, man. Dude, George was a trooper. He was the oldest one in the group, but he did not have any quit in him. He's like, all right, I made it to the end. We made it to Hogs and Heifers. Did the last one. And then I think that's when you and George walked back with y'all to get you to the room or something like that. Oh yeah, I was done. So I went back to the room.
We went to Hogs and Heifers.
Yeah, the last hole.
Bro, no wonder you were the winner.
But that was not the last hole. What was the last hole then? The last hole was that one. It was just like on the right off the strip. Then Hogs and Heifers is like a couple.
That's true, yeah.
And I remember the last hole. I took pictures. Okay, maybe that was at McGillick. So the the Irish play, something like yeah. Everybody
Hennessy.
Hennessy's, that's what it was. Everybody got a hole in one. Yeah, on the last hole. Thank God. Yeah, that's what it was. That was the last hole. And then George. Yeah, I think that was when that we did the last hole. Joey and George obviously were very good
at that point, and I think that's when we wandered over to Hogs and F Coast.
That makes sense. That bar.
But was that what Banana Man?
I think we gave him a good time.
Yeah, of course. My first time in Vegas, and
All you expected him to win.
it was exactly what I expected.
Yeah. I didn't bore. And a pool though? Remember the pool? The circa.
The one with that where we were right in front of the freaking speaker.
The giant screen and everything.
Being in front of the speakers sucked.
Yeah, that did suck, but watching
Which means we're just not hot.
yeah, we're not
Because all the hot people have the good seats.
and deaf, but yeah. All the hot people were lifeguards that didn't. And yeah, when the one guy took a header into the pool, all those hot lifeguards ran away, and all the normal looking people came out from the sides, came and handled it. Something was a bush. What do you mean about him? That was it.
That's where they hide bait. Hope so.
Didn't hope that was.
I feel like Banana Band's a Fortnite thing.
No, you're absolutely right, and that ended up biting me in the butt.
How so?
Oh, so I went to, what was it, like Japan Fest? I went to some convention, and I'm walking, and I'm with my sister, and I hear somebody goes, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And I look around, and there's no one looking at me. Keep walking. They go, "No, please, can I get a picture?" And look, and it's this guy, and he's just not looking me in the eyes. Good picture. So I start flexing all of my muscles, and it takes the patient. Thanks, I've always wanted to see somebody dressed as Fortnite. But why?
Yeah, there was a Banana Fortnite thing. That's, I mean, not nice for you, but
It's the kids.
something right.
The kids. But he was like 19.
Bro, we're talking.
That's a child. The guy was 6'2". All right, that's a man. It was like, say what you want.
So how did I not see you? You said you didn't see him the first time, like so, and then three.
When I say I was looking around and nobody was looking me in the eyes, he might have had a touch of the tism.
Bro, you say tism too?
Touch of the
Yeah, who doesn't? Theo's like infected all. That's fair. That's a theism. Makes sense.
But before you showed up, Banana, we were talking about crazy bar gigs. Is there any crazy bar experience that like sticks out? Not excluding Vegas, but also just in your own personal travels. So any event that's held at a bar counts?
I ain't just so wild of it. Just like a festival, like we were talking about music, like shows and stuff that we played that kind of went crazy. So like any like crazy music experience have you been a part of?
Does midget wrestling count? I've been a part of it.
I don't think you could be, but yeah.
I could be.
And definitely.
That's part of the package.
Yeah.
It's $300.
What? The rap?
Just see the rep. Really? That's kind of worth it.
That interesting.
That to business. Yeah. Sebastian, you want to ref?
I'm good on that one.
I was telling it's each of those of Sebastian. Yeah, Sebastian. It's all right. It's more just so he like his normal name, it's just not as interesting.
All right, you're Gerard Mundane and I'm Zachariah.
Oh God, we're bringing back the alter egos.
You guys were already talking about another Josh this episode. So
that's true. So
it would get pretty confusing to go by the name.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, the cat's out the bag now.
Good luck finding one of the billions of Joshes out there. But yeah. So I mean, midget wrestling. Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, I've seen a couple. We've the Dragon Con roast, couple of midget wrestling. What the hell is that story? That sounds like
I've seen that. Whichever.
oh. Well, what was it? Just it was the wrestlers and stuff. Was the crazy part of the people? The boat, yeah. As we were at, you've been there before in the atmosphere. Yeah. Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah. Can I ask a question, please?
Do they call it midget wrestling?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think I just no? Well, technically they called it midget mania.
This just sounds like legal chicken fighting. That's a nice word. But not with everything. You have to just watch what you say nowadays. So like I've heard midget might be a word that people don't like.
But that's the thing. It's like
I think if it's said in like a derogatory, it's all about where your heart's at. Right? So if you say it in a derogatory way, but these guys are really saying midget mania, then yeah, that's what they want. And that's what sells.
I agree
for them.
Like
little people mania is not the same. Too wordy.
Yeah,
it's too wordy. It's not good marketing.
It's like me getting upset if people call me Banana Man. And I'm like,
that's not a bad day. A bad day. It's a bad day.
Jesus, man.
You're an of it. It's not plantain, man.
Yeah, no. Unless we do a podcast on hikes.
Did we ever tell you guys that I was born in a plantation?
What? Go on.
Plantation? Wait. Yeah, I was born in a plantation.
Well, was this in, wait, no, you were born in America.
So it's like, what? Hold on. I know this family has an island back plantation, Florida, like plantation style. Okay, that's not plantation host. Okay, that was when I still play on the thing. Yeah, Captain Blast. Yeah, but the fact that you said ended up getting me to.
Yeah. I don't have a wife or like anybody to disappoint, so I'll go there and I'll ask. But man, I mean, but like, so yeah, I can imagine the midget wrestling being very appealing to the eyes. But like, any personal, like, where just shit popped off around you is like that you had to kind of deal with.
So this is the closest thing that got popped off. I was at a bar. I had my friend behind me, who is a woman, and I was like, you know what? I can't wait to buy this drink. This is going to be nice. I know the bartender here. It's fine, but there's a row of people because we're packed because we're in Moondog. Oh, good morning, Adam. And
That place.
I'm standing here, and this guy shows up next to me, and he goes, "Hey," I'm like, "What's up?"
Hey, you said it's too close to my girl.
Oh, my bad, bro. So back, yeah, back up. Okay, so I take 6 inches back. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, is this good? He was like, not more. I was like, dude, you can't. Like, no, back up more. And then I realized, oh man, this guy's just a turd. And so
Turd float in the ball.
I get like face to face with him and I go, stop talking to me. And he stopped talking to me. He looked at the girl that was behind me and he was like, hey man, your man's being really disrespectful. And she's like, I don't do. She didn't know the conversation we had.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not on your team.
Yeah. So
The fact that he went to the girl, you know, I mean, just it's like combined. It's like, all right, if I can't get him, I'm gonna get his girlfriend. You know, it's like,
and the thing is, it's like he ended up leaving, and then his girl who was sitting there with her friend starts talking to the girl that I was with, and then the whole story is he's just short, and he has a Napoleon complex, and anybody taller than him that's around his girl, he is immediately threatened, and so he came to just like get buck, and then had nothing to back it up whatsoever. That just sounds like a very short like lifespan. Like,
yeah, you're gonna be stressed 24/7.
well, exactly.
Because if you're short, everyone's taller than you, then you're just gonna be stressed.
You was up that 5'7", he was a good 5'7".
Well, and it's like, if you're 5'7", why are you?
With it up. Like, dude, and if he had done that to the wrong banana man sized person, like, dude, that is not a survival strategy. And this guy was like, where he came from, he was on the stage on the pole. So it's like, dude, you're coming down from the pole to talk to me. It's like, you have to tell me to get away from your girl. It's like, we go.
Man, the craziest Trombley Bay experience I remember was at the whiskey bit. And that the one time that some friends of Joseph, like their sisters were there. And basically, if you've been to Athens, Georgia, a lot of the bars are run by fraternities. So this is a place literally run by children.
Literally.
I cannot put literally.
I think they have an adult, quote unquote, that's like 35 and still wants to be at college running.
Yeah, that's usually the bar owner.
But Wilder.
Fan Lafayette.
I think they actually make some pretty good money though. So maybe
If they did, they didn't fucking pay it to us.
that is true.
Because I'm
It
like,
depends on how many bars. Do you own like 4 of them downtown to make it?
I mean, how much money can you really make if you're selling $2 Yinglings?
$2 million.
And it's like,
No,
yeah.
the limit is not.
But what ended up happening is we're playing, and we had kind of a pretty good relationship with the fraternity that owned the bar at the time. We played a couple shows with them and stuff. And this one, I guess he was a pledge or one of the guys that's in the fraternity, got wasted. And he does that thing where you walk by a girl, you know, oh, hey, it starts getting real friendly. and friendly with a girl that has a boyfriend and is friends with the band, like if her brother's there, and like he just didn't. He was so drunk.
There was like some stairs going up to the stage around the back, and they were like, cornered on those. She was like sitting on the stairs, like trying to get away from.
Well, yeah, because I remember I called him out. I was like, "Hey, dude, they don't want to talk to you." Yeah, because that was our friend.
Oh, I thought like you meant to the mic.
Yeah,
That would have been next level. You just let everyone know, put him on blast. This guy's a creep.
yeah. I mean, I did eventually, but like,
Sure.
yeah, I was.
Temperature?
No, mucho.
Yeah, going, hey man, they don't want to talk to you. Get the fuck away from them. And they're at the table that's kind of, you can tell it's the band's group of people. Doesn't get the fucking message. And I tell him, just like, come up here, like sit behind the drums. Like, oh, cool, we're hanging out with the band on stage. The fucking dude walks up to the band, and Joseph, literally, as he tries to like reach out and like, hey, come on, come dance with me, he takes one of the drumsticks, cracks his knuckles, and just is like, on beat, never missed it. He's just like sitting there drumming. No, like never missed a beat. That was my favorite part of that.
And I think he taps him on the head.
Yeah, he kept feeling right.
And with the drums.
Yeah, he smacked the shit out of it, and because he kept coming back, and then I saw Joseph was like messing, like, and then that's when I stopped. I was like, hey, y'all need to get this fucking guy out of here. And then I just saw good old Joe, because Joe was with us at not Jockapelli, but more. Dude, and he's a decent sized fella.
I'd say so.
And this guy was maybe 140 pounds soaking wet. And you just see, he's like, come on, man. And I'm like, well, Joe's not in the band, so I don't care if he goes to jail. I care, but I like, it's not going to affect the next gig that we have,
Yes.
Especially if he cracks somebody and breaks his hand on their face. If that had been you, it's like, well, fuck, Jerry's out for 6 to 4 weeks or whatever, how long it takes to heal up.
I think I played with the cast. The Saturday Night Soldiers.
God.
That was an interim band name between Jared White's project and Trump.
That's some narwhal stuff you're going to bring back. Like, he's like, okay, Jared, do you know about the Saturday Night Soldiers?
So that's what it sounded like. Bro, what was it? The night shift? No,
Yeah, no, it was the Saturday Night Soldiers.
But I was wondering if there was a Saturday thing.
Well, it was just because, we were playing gigs on the weekend.
The night shift.
And the night shift is,
I'm just saying there's a theme here.
Yeah, because I was working 9 to 5s and then getting after it,
And I respect.
Hey, someone had to do it.
One thing that I know that you won't do is let the freaking dream die. And you're going to keep on playing music.
At least until I have kids or I'm 45, something like that. Whichever comes first.
And that's when you start. Dude, how many old men bands have you seen?
Yeah, but they're established if they're actually successful.
Well, no.
Well, no, I don't see it.
So, and we're talking about just because they.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm always going to keep playing and stuff, but the level of like how far I push to be like my own entity. Yeah, that's something I got to wrap up and get going, or else I'll just be a lame no-name podcaster. Way up, right? But I just remember with Joe at that at that gig when he like told the dude, we told him, and the part was like, we can't do anything. Like he's a part of the fraternity.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. When
it's their boy, but they're refusing to do anything to him.
So since it's their boy, they'll just like let it fly.
Yeah,
right? Or I think he's messed up, like assault somebody.
Yeah, basically,
Like I'll just be like, somebody's our boys.
Yeah, dude. But what was the funniest part was he was just talking. Like he was like, hey, get the fuck out. Like the bigger guy is talking down to him, and the dude's like, what are you gonna do? Whoa! Just absolutely launches this child into the wall, and he just collapses. And then finally somebody came over and did something about it. And then I told the bar, I was like, dude, that guy is very close to dying. Like he's a liability. I'm sorry, man. He's horrible. I was like, yeah, he's the one that's going to get you guys banned off campus. Because he's going to grab some girl, and you know what they're going to say? Jake from the State Farm University, part of whatever, and it's just like, well, I guess you guys are fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, Christ. Everyone got messed up on the whole rushing thing, or hazing. I remember at Kennesaw, I was at a Kennesaw party. I wasn't enrolled in Kennesaw. But this guy sees me. He's like, bro, you should totally rush. Drunk. And I told him, I don't go here. It's like, we'll work it out.
It's like, we can make it work. So
It's perfect.
it's like we're working out.
I think that was probably the most intense gig when it came to like having to like literally almost ended up like a child's life. Like that kid was. But then the best gig, same bar, kissed, made out with two girls on stage. Well, I was saving Josh's life. Like, well, to be fair, I was saving that one girl's life from Jess.
Yeah.
She was going to murder her. So to give you context, we're playing our gig, we're doing our thing, and it was I think the theme that year was like if you're 21, you put on like this necklace that's got like a checklist of like things to do for your 21st. Yeah, I think it still does.
You put on a big old.
Yeah, it's like a billboard. And one of the things on there was make out with the band.
Really?
Yeah, she's like make out with like someone in a band or something along those lines too. And so I'm doing calamity.
You were like, I'll check that box.
Dude, I'm standing at the back of the bar doing guitar solos over my head and stuff. And then I hear something kind of flub on the bass, which I'm like, Josh is not that drunk. There's no way he's flubbing. And I see this chick has him by the ears, trying to, he's like, no, she's gonna kill you. Like, and I just see him like walking backwards in a circle, like by this girl's trying. And then so I, put on my superhero cape, but I leap over.
Yeah, because you were out wireless. They get up and we're out in the fucking bar, on top of bar,
Just going nuts. And then I hear that and I look back at the stage, see Josh is in trouble. I see Jess and all of her friends trying to, like, don't do it. You just, like, literally, that woman would not be stopped. And so I jumped on the stage, like, and I just went, stop. He has a girlfriend, but I don't.
Oh my, that's the old.
And the thing is, she just looks at me and goes, and I was like, hell yeah, okay, cool.
So that was number one.
And that was number one. And then I think she,
You got a little confidence built up, and you were like, all right.
to be fair, yes. But it's just kind of. But the second one, it was literally the same thing, just a different girl. Cause you know how it is in Athens, you'd like hop around bars and stuff. So she came there. It's like, oh, that's cool. I'll make out with one of them. Another girl comes in with the sign on, preemptive, get out there, point.
Did with the look.
I was like, and she comes up and then it's like had to lower my guitar just a little bit, just to cover up. But yeah, dude, that was good. That was like definitely one of the highlights. I've definitely felt like a fucking rock star. But Jesus, man.
We were playing at Boar's Head one time.
Yeah.
And it was just the three of us, just me, you, and Josh.
I was on the drums.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
I was the front man, and Mal came and and it was a great gig.
Shout out to Jake Mallon. Keep it up, brother.
Keep it up. And I was with my wife. It wasn't my wife at the time. And you might even remember the story. And now that's the story. Some freaking dimes front and center.
12 out of 10.
12 out of 10s. And they were all over. They were like, had their hands up, like, touching my legs and stuff.
That was long hair Joey days.
I think it was.
Yeah. It was right off when cut it.
We were getting, bro. We were playing some. The par was shoulder to shoulder,
Asshole to elbow. Every inch of that place was covered.
yeah, it was a good time. It was before game. I don't remember what game, but then I think it was 6.
I think it was 6, yeah.
And these girls are all over me,
As you can imagine.
for like an hour at least. And they would take a break, and then my now wife is on the side of the stage on that break, fuming. Fuming with some passion.
Exactly.
And she makes out with me right there. A great smooch.
That wasn't the night, the nail in the coffin. Is when, the way I remember it, is you definitely went over there, and the conversation I remember kind of sideways hearing, it's like, hey, you guys are doing great. We're going to head out probably pretty soon. And then when we get back on stage, baller fun.
You're right.
Joey's up on stage. Christine comes out of the side.
There was no break. We were
Kisses you. Just like marked your territory, and then like 12 girls left.
there was just 12 all the towels.
Just left. Her and all of her friends left.
like, damn, babe, like that was hot, but damn, you just kind of got rid of. Yeah.
I mean,
She did what she wanted.
Hey, it works. What you got to do. It works.
Yeah. I mean, planted a stake at me.
Do I tell you guys the flip side of that story? What of a story like that?
Please do.
All right. So I have a cousin, and she has someone that she's entangled with, and this guy.
A situation. True man has a.
she was set in it.
Yeah. So little bit of context for the entanglement. This guy went like first round draft pick to the NBA. Whoa! This man is 6'11", 7 feet tall.
That's an album. That's top tier.
I mean, like
He can get whoever.
he's there, does whatever he wants, and he has a friend, and his friend is obviously not as tall as him, but his friend, super smooth guy. So I don't know. I go into this bar, and I remember seeing him, looking him in the face, and then seeing more 12 out of 10s there. It was a really attractive woman. And it's really tall. He's like, Mom?
Sorry, boss.
Oh my God.
She appreciates it.
Okay, God. Go on. I look at him and he's looking at me, and I know he's entangled with my cousin. And I kind of mouth out, "Do I know you?" He's like, "No." What's up? No. So I'm there, and it's me, a couple of my friends. So one of my friends is a guy, the other one's a girl. They are together. They are officially together. Again, these two gentlemen right here, 6 to 8, 12 10s around them. Makes sense. Good looking guys, lots of money, doesn't matter. Having fun. So as we're there, we're doing this thing. Our groups get close to each other. And then the shorter guy, his name is literally like Michael Jordan. It's hilarious. It's funny. He like lives up to it too. He's a goat. Anyways, he starts hitting on my friend's girl. Just hitting on her. And she's like pulling away, like, no. And then finally my friend comes over and like bumps him out the way. And then he's like, "Hey, yo, what the?" And I put my arm out. I was like, "Did you have 8 women here?"
You have a harem literally following you around.
It's like, yeah, but he just forgot. And he looks around. You're right. It just goes back, frolics among them. Just like, oh, that's huge.
Dude, I mean, that's some goat shit right there.
Do you just trying to draft?
He had his joint.
Picking up free agents, man. And
That's not, dude. Women are they're the bane of men's existence. Jelly. Yes.
You know better than to do that to a mic stand.
No, it's his spot, bro.
Okay, as long as you're not leaning down. Okay, I thought you were pulling it down. I just have a shitty mic stand. Hey, sorry, bro. It's okay. That's a pet peeve of mine. With anyone that has a boom mic stand like this, if you're going to adjust it, loose it. Do not support the theory, or my conspiracy theory that they do that shit just to brainwash you into buying more mics, so they're all fucked up. But anyway, yeah, dude, that's a fucking. God, just to look back and you should probably save that man's career. He might have got into a fight that he didn't need.
maybe, but at the same time,
Banana Man effect, yeah.
yeah, I thought he wasn't crazy. I thought my cousin was crazy. And then I had actual conversations with him. I said, "Dude, you're crazy."
Crazy like flat earth.
Crazy, like, you are not making rational decisions with your life.
Like, hey man, don't go out and do cocaine. You got like a contract on the table for crazy track straight.
It's like drama with your family crazy. Like, it's like you say things to family members you don't mean, and then you leave in a huff.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh man, you should probably apologize because they were there to help you. And then like, it turns out the next day that they're like, no more alive. We're just like, oh my gosh. And you're just like, yeah, dude, you probably shouldn't have been a dick. Yeah.
Shit, yeah, no, that's
Fair.
fair stuff.
Fair. Super fair.
But oh man, Banana Man, so earlier, since we got the wonderful Joey McClain here, I told him that we're doing like a series of the Trombley Bay. Like, want to fly out to Savannah? with this. I mean, our pilot Oz market.
When
To be determined.
I'm open to it.
Because you're the only one that has flown with the great guy. I asked.
Wait, am I really?
Yeah, I'm trying. Certainly. How did it go?
It went really well.
Did you fear for your life ever?
No. We'll say this as a man of God. Yeah. I was like, there's no way that God is allowing me to get onto this plane.
Finesse man has plot armor.
I've got some plot armor stories. Let me tell you. I was in that time like, dude, God's got Oz. We were like, we're it's like,
I trust it too.
hey, I mean, he has the ones. He's got the license.
But it just needs. It's like Josh practicing medicine. Like, didn't really trust him, to practice medicine on you. Do you trust any of your boys? I'd you up in a plane and really fly you around. If anyone, Oz. Yeah. If I had to choose one, yeah, that makes sense, Oz. But I do have this fear that in like another 10, 20 years, whatever, when all my like joints and shit start breaking down, I'm gonna have to go in to get a orthopedic surgery of some sort. And then I just fear Josh is just gonna be, what's up, dude? Josh says I'm about to go under. He would fucking do that.
You're gonna wake up and he's gonna be like, all right, the surgery was a success, and then you're gonna move.
Where's my dick?
You're gonna be like, yeah, well,
Where's my dick?
what are my genitals shared? You know how it is.
Can you operate on your voice like that? Hello.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. This is a real estate where you gotta say whatever an arm's length transaction.
Oh, yeah. You can be a real estate agent for your boy? Hey, you can.
You can, but okay, so like if you can't be on both sides of the deal pretty much. Like if you are selling this thing to yourself, you have to say like what this relationship is.
Like so.
Yeah.
Conflicted interest right there. I want to make sure that you see both sides.
It's like,
Well, that's why I don't believe that you can just I feel like you could be able to operate. Like, that sounds like a HIPAA violation. Being able to operate on your voice.
but how are they gonna know? Like you gotta like, if I disclose it,
I'll disclose that you are boys with this.
are you gonna charge them?
If that's the thing.
Josh, we're gonna ask these questions at your episode.
Josh would give us a discount. The thing is, do you want a discounted surgery?
There you go.
Yeah.
But it's for your boys, so it's not really discounted. He's just giving you a hookup.
I appreciate Josh actually giving me a heads up. He's like, dude, if you can avoid going into a hospital or doing any kind of surgery, don't do it in like, I think he said February. Because that's when all the new residents, or there was like, can't remember, it was February.
Oh, God.
Well, it was about like when all the new class graduates and goes out, and it's like, this is going to be their first thing. So it's like, this is going to be their first actual.
So someone asked to be the first.
Well, I heard that shit, that they'll do that where it's like, all right, I'm going to be your surgeon. All right, bring in the, all right. It's just like, I want to watch you do it. No, well, I mean, I would feel better.
I'm sure they let you know, hey, we're going to have a student do this one.
A graduate.
This guy got straight.
He used ChatGPT to get all the way through med school.
It is what it is.
God, well,
What you know, it's who you know.
that's true that. That's a true fucking that.
Yeah. For next.
Yeah. Well, these are good questions I'm going to have to ask Josh when we do his episode of the Trombley Bay series. But man, I have to tell you, what do you think was like, Banana Man, you've seen Trombley Bay play, didn't you? A couple times?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's the banana.
You guys are in it, right?
Yeah.
We were legacy members.
What was funny is you made the point, it's like, dude, I should totally be on the first one. I was the original member.
Yeah. Was Russell even in Trombley Bay ever?
No. Because, under my time with them,
So it wasn't.
yeah.
It was me that.
You were the change.
Oh, except for, I guess we all kind of did.
Ask me the question. How do you know when you want to play music?
Well, mine was out of desperation, and it worked out. I was just like, I just need somebody. Joey, can you learn to play bass by this weekend? What the fuck is going on up there?
You just 5 people that you vibe with. That's the answer. You think they're really good at? You think they're good? There's our boy Jacoby Malo. I think he has a great voice. So I'm like, love to play music with him.
Yep.
Monday, I knew he shredded and was a great front man. He had that personality and a good voice that could like raspy out. So I want to play music with him, you know? And Josh has great ideas. I grew up with a guy like knew a lot, you know? And that's exactly what happens in the industry as well, you know? If you're super famous, you just find people that you enjoy.
Well, you know, and the thing is, like, it's been for me, like, in those days, I was just trying to find anybody that wanted to actually be serious about playing music. Because, I mean, Christ, I started a rock band club in middle school.
That's hilarious.
Like, if you go back to the Five Forks yearbook, 2006 or 7, you'll see Jared Monday as the creator of the rock band club. And I literally did that so I could find any of the musicians in the entire school.
How many people are there?
Dude, bless their heart, not many. But there was about 12 guitar players. Ferengi was the only bass player. And there was like, I think there was like 2 or 3 drummers. And the thing was, is like we had maybe an hour or 2 before middle school because we did it in the morning. We couldn't do it after school. And then what was super funny is then all of a sudden, all the teachers started coming and sitting in the lunchroom where we had the rock band club. They would come sit in there like early and do their like their papers and like make all the grades. We had more teachers in there than anything. Just like, because you know I was raised on classic rock, so I'm playing all their favorite songs. So yeah, I mean they're like,
Yeah, you just turn into a freaking concert at
well,
7.
oh God, and Mr. Go Run, bless that man. He was one of the special needs teachers. On shredded. Like we played Freebird, and I was on drums, and he nuked the solo. Absolutely nuked the solo.
Dude, that probably made his life. Well, I know, probably had a good time.
That was a good day of work. Yes.
But so it's pretty rewarding being a special needs teacher. I don't know about a guitar solo topic.
Even if it's a spoiler. But like, dude, that was, and then the funniest moment from that was actually having guys show up with the rock band guitar controller. And I was like, oh, sorry.
Bro, you did say rock band club.
Yeah.
I was going to make that.
Ill-timed.
I was going to make that.
Very ill-timed. Because
It was there. It's club.
it was there. I was like, because you know what came out that Christmas?
What band do?
I think so. It's like, whatever. Like, it was just, yeah, I was like,
Or showing up, dude, the Guitar Hero, then 2 rock band, you know?
oh, yeah.
Because, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. And I think Josh was a smart one that did that. Is he just went down the rock bands like, okay, what songs are people playing on a rock band? All right, this is going to be our cover set list. Like,
And it worked. It was Slade not the worst idea. Some of they had some bangers in it.
yeah, and that's what people
Ever to listening to this. So you get the younger guys and you get
but double whammy in a good way. But the funniest thing was is that
it isn't a double where we always cut. Isn't it always kind of good?
no, I thought, I don't know, that's a reference out of my age range, I'll be honest. I've always just heard no whammies. Or that's a double whammy.
That's from a game show.
Yeah.
You know, so much double whammies were bad.
So the one singular here.
No.
They're all bad. Yeah, so Joey there is still all right.
No, you're right. No, that's a double whammy. It's a negative. Now that I'm processing.
It's okay.
But the way he used it,
Not the
It's very.
to all like 2 viewers that might ever see this, you will find out through this series, Jared no speak good. Like it's rough. But yeah, dude, the same year that one person brought in the controller guitar, another kid brought in a guitar that was still in the box.
This is for he bought it for.
Like the Squire starter pack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everyone start.
is that bad?
Well, it's just like
It
So if they open it.
you probably should open it before you come to practice.
yeah, and you're gonna try to play in a band, like, and that was the thing I told him, was like, dude, this isn't guitarless.
Dude, you want to know what I did?
Tell me.
This kind of reminded me of this. Oh my god, I can't remember it. I can't believe this. In elementary school,
Yeah.
like 5th grade, I was like wanted to play music. I wanted to be in a band, and there was this guy that actually like played guitar and stuff and all this, and he lived right up the street from me. And one time he invited me over to play music, and I had never picked up any of that in my life. So, and then I don't know how I dodged not picking up an instrument,
Yeah.
But like they wanted to play music, and for some reason, somehow we didn't do it. But like I went and I was like pretending like I knew it. I was like, oh yeah, like yeah, it's all but so I said I played bass, didn't play bass at all.
Fibbing.
I was fibbing, and I went over there to hang out, and we were gonna play music, and I think I just dodged it. I was like, oh man, like yeah, next time, like my hands kind of. But like next time, dude. Oh well, I'll practice next. Yeah,
How old were you at this head?
I was like in fifth grade.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember, like, that's what Adam told you played at church.
Well, that was in middle.
Yeah, that was more middle school stuff.
Telling you, dude. I it's probably a worthless story, but I remember lying about like because I wanted to play. So it just reminded me of that Skyler thing. I told him, he wanted to come. At least he showed up with an instrument. Like, hey, I'm gonna learn at least.
You're gonna try, and I mean,
I just lied.
I will give that kid credit because what was it? So I did that, and then 8th grade, or was it 8th or 9th grade? I remember like they were still talking about doing it, and I totally forgot about the teacher band that inspired. It was so like I said, dude. Oh, don't even get me started, because Mr. Gora, the guy that was an amazing guitar player, ended up meeting his wife at those lunch tables that they were grading.
They owe that to you, Monday.
And his wife, I think. This Brit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Their first son's named Jared.
They should honestly do that. That's good.
Which I'll reach out to them. Maybe I can get Mr. Goran on the podcast. That'd be funny. But dude, I mean, that kid that brought the guitar that was in the box,
I think he whipped it out, just freaking went to town.
well, I remember I had to be 9th grade. I went back to help out a little bit. But maybe it was 8th grade. I can't remember, but I kind of took more of a assisting because we had so many kids then. I was literally like, all right, you're going to play the snare, you're going to play the tom, and there was like 9 kids that wanted to play drums, which was cool. It's great. But it's like, dude, how many drummers are on stage? Usually one. Grateful Dead or other. I mean, there's levels, but like usually when you're starting out, there's one. Switch out. And I was not going to hold my drum set up there for them to learn. But yeah, dude, that kid though, I'll give him credit. The same kid that showed up with the guitar in the box, no, nothing. I want to say like the year or two later, he came back ready to shred.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, but like
you have to start somewhere here.
And I mean that was but the teacher band, Midlife Crisis, and Mr. Hendricks.
That's about right.
I'm surprised that wasn't taken.
You said his name was Mr. Hendricks?
Weird. Ted Hendricks, not the football star. Yeah, nothing. Well, this guy was a social studies teacher, and I fucking loved it. Like, he was the one. Yeah, dude. And I mean, he was that guy that's like, all right, Jared, I can see you're a big, strong, dumb idiot, but everyone seems to kind of like you in class, so I can kind of use you to like help influence things. And he was really cool. He came in there, sang a couple songs and stuff, and then him and Mr. Goron, and then oh god, I'm drawing a blank on his name. I want to say it was a guy named Mr. Wiley. He was like the one like young male teacher. This is Five Forks, so no, Five Forks. Oh yeah, a lot shorter. He was just a seed. That's right. But Mr. Wiley, he was a young looking dude, a science teacher, I think. And then I just remember my sister, who was a grade older than me. It was like all the girls say they have a crush on him. So that man was swimming in dangerous waters. Hey, thank the Lord. I haven't heard anything yet. We'll Google that later. But we will not. Not on my computer. God, yeah, right. Why is that? Be a pillar. Dude, I don't know. There's sick people out there. There's some sick. But I'm not saying him. Everything I've ever heard and thought about Mr. Riley was awesome. Mr. Hendricks, though, absolute. Did you ever have him by chance, Mr. Hendricks? He had the we call him a genitalia head because he had that like military cut, but then like from the years of doing teaching, like he just put his hand on his head so many times that it just started like working its way back, kind of like my hairline is. Like, so you just had the one strip of hair that kind of turned into a bald spot. I mean, dude.
Dude, I would just shade it at that point. People,
Oh yeah, dude. He could have been. He'd been so scary. Like he was already huge. Like he was a huge. Like he was really tall, and he didn't play guitar. I don't think, but he sang. And he was. Well, I was smaller than you, so you know how people feel like you were so big back in the day. It's like you grew. But he was, I want to say, about the same height as you. But he would get up on stage and he would just jump around. He would just stomp and go nuts. And then when he was in the classroom, he was still kind of flamboyant and like very charismatic on teaching stuff. But it was so cool to see the two sides of him, and it just fit perfectly. And then I want to say it was Dr. Whitney. Do you remember the guy that had the long hair that looked like he was like a counselor or something? That's okay, I'll look it up later. In the yearbook, not on Google. They have a book where they have everybody's names and stuff. Maybe find it there.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah. But long story short, the metaverse, my favorite. Throwback. But yeah, dude, but they actually formed a really fucking good band. And I want to say it was 7th or 8th grade year at the talent show. They were like the closing act. And it was at the Good Shepherd Church over there off of Killian Hill. Like, I don't know if you guys ever went there. I went there for like chorus concerts and stuff for my sisters. But in the talent show, that talent show got so wild because I'm like, oh, this is my teacher. I love this guy. I love the band that they're doing. I love everything about this. So I'm going fucking nuts. And I'm dragging in everybody.
you got a circle pit?
Damn near, dude. I had a sit down with the counselors, or like not the counselors, the vice principals. And the next year in 8th grade for the talent show, because we had that talent show at Brookwood High School. And they told me, can't have that this year. Because, I mean, I straight up mosh pit, just jumping around, grabbing everybody, and we're all awkward. It's like barely teenage people. So they have no idea. So I'm like, just run around, just go nuts. Started kind of a mini riot with like 100 middle schoolers in a church. No deodorant. And the Axe bites. Only if you're not using the whole can, are you even trying? Double piston chesty. Double piston chesty. That's all right.
Why did they let us go to PE class and then just why is PE class a thing?
Why are they making it?
It should be a thing, but why do you get so sweaty and then just expect you to go back?
Yeah, in middle school we didn't shower. Like
Did they have showers?
they had showers, but there's no one.
You guys never used them?
Not in middle school.
I used them all the time and like let people see nakedness.
Yeah, that seems a little weird.
It was a high school thing. High school we saw each other.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Especially us three playing football.
Absolutely.
Christ, I've seen you naked more times than I want.
Seen a lot of male penises.
They drove. That's what I tell like the women about. Like, dude, I've seen more dicks.
Guarantee it.
Not on the phone, but in person.
I've seen coat hangers hanging off of them before.
Okay.
I've seen some weird things. So you know what he's talking? Yeah. My boy, freaking.
What does his name rhyme with?
Is it
Would it happen to be a guy that might be, let's call him Bedford?
No, I'll call it that. That is a good culprit.
It's too cute.
We can call it Matty Ice. I mean, but that's
That's Chuck Liddell, like the ice.
yeah. And
Matty Ice.
be kind of erect to pull that off.
I guess not. Or you could just be a shower.
As long as you have you're well endowed, then.
Well, dude, what was really weird is when you saw someone that just had low-hanging balls at like 17. You're like, am I supposed to look like that?
Wow, coming from the guy that has no chest hair. That
Oh, okay, that's where we're going.
I'm on the Coke can for a
specimen.
Yeah. It's so interesting how if you just know your boys are packing, you know? I got my boy.
I'm just gonna let you keep cooking. I'm gonna let this go on. What else do you want to say, Joe?
Bro, I've seen it. Do you see it?
Well, the craziest thing I ever saw was the vacuum cleaner incident. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
With the
Go ahead and tell the story.
with Bills.
Yeah, just boot.
Yeah, we'll call him Bills.
Oh, I know Bill.
Yeah, Bills. Great guy. Has a wife. I think 3 kids now. But I saw this man get his all stuck in a vacuum cleaner tube. Because we're like, we had to do that thing. Everyone had their week where it's like, all right, it's your turn to clean. It's your locker room. Y'all take care of it now. And it was just my day to do it with Bills and everybody. And he's like, dude, do you think we could give you a blowjob? And then one of the other smarter people in the room was like, dude, that thing's going to pull your dick off. And he's like, nah, dude, I'll just like to see if it works. And so drops trout, pulls out the vacuum cleaner, which had just vacuumed the locker.
Oh, what?
Oh. And then now the funny part is he thought if you took the little, the part that like gets real thin so you can get like this in the quarters and stuff.
Is that the size you need?
He took the
Yeah, no, I know that little attachment.
He took the attachment off, and as he was going in to get his dick, it kind of did that thing where it go, and then like, it scared him, and he got scared and he pulled away, and his balls got caught, and then he just, catch me! I just did it in there.
Oh, dude, good.
Dude, that was, and I just got to deal with dumbass things. Like if you are supposed to shepherd kids around, God bless the teaching staff. All of them, they need it. But yeah, that was probably the worst thing I ever saw anyone do to their own genitalia. Not again.
What is this podcast about again?
No. Life, culture, and then just going off the rails. But yeah, dude, I mean, you're off the God. Yep. Banana Man, when you were dating a girl while you were playing collegiate football, did she ever ask if you were like good friends with everyone on the team?
No.
Because some girl was talking about that. It's like, well, you guys don't have those friends from football. I was like, I'm friends still with very few of the guys from the team. I don't hate anybody from the team. But it's like, obviously, I can't hang out with 60 dudes.
This is not where I thought this was.
I was just going somewhere else. But you're onto something.
But it's like, the girl that was talking and stuff, she was so confused that we weren't like best of friends with everybody on our team.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, no, we go to war and then we go do our thing.
What 50 group of people are best friends forever?
And how many girls you do that? And it's like, why does a girl think that like she can barely maintain her two best friends? Like, well, how do you think I could barely manage a fucking calendar? Like,
Maybe you guys did it wrong,
maybe.
No, I think you did it right. What I'm saying is, I got a group of football friends that like a group of.
Well, yeah. I'm saying that's high school, not the whole team. Yeah. And I'm a bus college, not
So like our coach has said,
If I saw one of them, I would give a big old hug.
yeah, I'm the whole in their world.
gives a little lips.
Maybe
I would cheat.
I'm with you on.
Dude, you would give anybody a nice little smooch.
Should you absolutely right? On the high school team, yeah, but collegiate.
I think collegiate. I did. Yeah.
Because for us, it was just like we're friendly. Hold your brothers. We're there. It was just like good coaches at times. It was when it was
Everyone for themselves, kind of.
it was more everybody for themselves, but it was still a good time.
I feel like high school is just different than that. You're all like you're all living in the same place. You're all kind of going to the same thing. You're all,
Dude, I almost going through puberty. Puberty. It's a very hard time for.
I want to bring up something.
Well, please do.
This was an honest question that somebody asked me, that a girl asked me, and since then I've been asking football players. So this one girl, I come off the elevator, wherever we are, and she's like, "Oh, you're cute. You want to talk to my friend?" I was like, "Water." Sounds like an easy layup, but I'm like, man. She's like, "Okay, yeah, sure." They're like, "Wait, what do you do?" I was like, "I play football." She was like, "Oh, wait, I don't want to talk to you." I was like, "You're lost." But humor me. Why? She's like, "Oh, you're on the football team. I hear that you guys all have sex with the same girl." And in my mind, I think she would be dead. And so I would go around and I remember asking 10 teammates. And before I could ask what their opinion is, they go, "She would be dead." Like,
that was just the unanimous.
it was just the unanimous. But like, think about that.
You're implying at the same time.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. We've all heard that, like,
she's 60 guys.
60.
I think most people forget about the 50 plus that sit on the sideline the whole time. That's where they just think about the people on the field. They're just like, oh, it's only like 11, 12. And it's not. It's 70, 80. We all lift weights. It's like, she was
Well, I've heard that shit where but it's always rumors that like, oh yeah, that's Jennifer.
she was using a generalization.
Yeah.
She's using a saying, she doesn't have sex with everyone.
Yeah.
She actually didn't meet.
She could have. I'm not saying there's not a woman out there that could.
So funny thing about that is that we then had a media day, but it wasn't a media day because the media wasn't there. It was just the football team and the student body, and we were like, "Hey, so why don't you guys come out to the games?" And wouldn't you know it, 80% of the people there were women. Really just bringing up things about getting ran through it. And it's just like, it sounds like you got hurt. Emotion. Who hurt you? Yeah. She's like number 12. Because he slept with me and then my best friend and then our other friend.
Well, I feel like football players just kind of have a reputation.
Footy ball players.
They're just being sleazy.
I feel that's just a few bad apples because let's be honest.
I agree.
Linemen that looked like me, like,
I actually think it's. A team that I know, we had some assholes on our team. Sure. We literally had a group of people called the Committee of Assholes, and I was a part of it. I was. I'm not gonna lie. I love this clip. I'm not believing you either. Jay.
yeah, I don't believe that either.
No, I'm not believing you, Jay. They look like a fucking full-grown man in high school. What high school girl wasn't all over this?
Let's go slings, dude.
Also, I heard there was a rumor going around.
Don't fucking start that rumor. That rumor was horrible for me.
They all say one thing, but they all want some of it. They all want.
That's the thing.
And they all say,
Andrew, I need you to just tone it down a little bit.
that does sound kind of.
Just going. I'm just fucking with it. Keep going. Because women do say, like, I'm with the nice guy, but then they fight. I mean, look.
Oh, dude, now we're getting into some like very.
Yeah, it's not the way we want to start out.
No, it depends on the person.
Yeah, I mean, there's generalizations, and then there's like what your personal experience is. My personal experience has not been that. But
You're always a good guy.
I tried. Didn't always work out, but
I try to be a good guy too. But see, one time this girl said that like I like threatened her with a knife or something, and I was like, "What?
I want to kill her."
Right?
Like, why would you say that on my boy?
Dude, I think it didn't gain any traction because it was so outlandish. But yeah, she was just like, "Oh, I don't like you because you said something like you said you're gonna like threaten me with a knife." I was like, "What?"
Weird. I must have not been a part of that conversation.
Yes, there's this interaction that you totally remember of that and just never happened. But I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're on I think my point of saying that is like they'll just come up with shit. They paint this narrative of who you are, who they want you to be, and what they expect from you, and they're like, oh, they're on both teams. That's what they do.
Yeah. I mean, a few bad apples get the most attention. Kind of. I feel like that's the thing.
Oh, yeah, because they're the one that
Sure.
and the loudest.
But man, yeah. I mean,
I think.
I feel like that. What? Which part? Loud apple. No, what? Loud, bad apple.
What's the bad apples are a good message.
That sounds like a fucking band name. For them bad apples, like them cricket vultures. I'll note that for later.
So that's what you guys do? You just spitball? It's just hard for people to enjoy it.
Joey, did your parents do that too? It's like, hey, Joey, I'm sure you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm sure they probably helped you guys try to find a new band name. It's like, hey, I know you don't want to be a Jared Monday project. What about you guys? Call you this.
Trombley.
Yeah. Like my mom and dad would send me, hey, I just thought of a cool band name.
Yeah, they did that all the time.
I mean, some of them were good. Some of them were great. But it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. The whole football, like I was a lineman. I wasn't scoring touchdowns. I wasn't making one-handed, I wasn't mossing anybody.
We didn't.
Oh yeah, the receivers at Brooklyn were known as decoys. Decoys. Decoy left, rip left. Rip the 6 or whatever. God.
Banana Man? Yeah.
How much of the playbook do you like remember from back in the day?
I remember the most important play.
36 Giselle.
Okay. I remember. Okay. That is the most important play. I remember the second most important play. Buck sweep.
Buck sweep.
But 36G solid. I hear so many teenagers doing that.
36 T salad. Throw.
That's gorgeous.
Well, a mutual friend of mine, of ours, all of ours, we'll call him Bedford.
Okay.
Just to protect us. And then a second time Bedford came up. I love Bedford.
I'm too good.
Top tier, A1. But he told me when we were hanging out, he just came out and said it. It's like, dude, I didn't know half the shit. He said I didn't know any of the coverages, like for black, blue, any of the passing coverages. I was like, well, you never really need to. I was the only one as a center that had to pull out and shit. Yeah. Or I love this. Yeah, I know we're talking about. Remember when we were young? High school. I mean, dude, it comes up a lot, but it's just because of my friends. But I don't know, man. I almost didn't play high school football. I really did.
That your life would have there.
Entirely different.
Weird.
I thought I was going to go into the drum. Yes. I was like, maybe I can go into drum line or something like that. Because actually, speaking of Bedford again, we actually were next to each other at the band youth night for middle school. And we got to play in the high school band. Their way of trying to recruit us. And dude, it was just, I was like, man, this is not bad. It's kind of cool. It's like, everyone likes the drum line guys because they're cool. But I definitely wasn't going to play fucking trumpet in high school. But I don't know, I was just think trumpet's pretty cool, okay? Yeah, no, I'm not shitting on it. I mean, it's like saxophone, trumpet. No, that's a fair. Saxophone, trombone.
Hey, Louis Armstrong.
I want to just tell you, look up the band, and this is a real band name, Bonerama. Yeah, dude. You know what? I can't stand it. I have to show you a song I'm thinking of in particular. Because this is what sold me
On the bone.
on the bone, man. Like,
Getting bound.
dude,
And you said it all.
I'm not mad that you said it. Where is it? It's in my favorites playlist. Bro, hold on, I swear.
Did you play 8th grade football?
8th grade champion. Yeah, I didn't peak in high school either, just for the record.
It just looked like there was a 17-year-old on the 8th grade field. So this man.
Is it up? Oceans by Led Zeppelin. Bonerama. And then, dude, it gets so nasty. Use it a mute wah pedal.
Actually pretty fire.
Like, I'm just saying, those guys absolutely sold me. And that's why I put it saxophone, trombone, trumpet. Because trumpet's got a legacy of absolute badasses. But trombone's coming up, man.
You think, okay. So you're looking at the future.
Yeah.
And the now.
I think saxophone is
Projected it.
I'm just number one. Saxophone is solid number one. Because you got, very alto and tenor. So you can hit all the different voices and stuff. And dude, I don't know, the trombone that's coming up, man.
It's so funny. Question. I ask people if you could be any musical instrument, what musical instrument would you be?
That is very appropriate for this.
Yeah. So we're
Backlog to work.
back on this goes. But the
Number 3 instrument.
and
Saxophone. Really?
Yeah.
Well, just that you've noticed that you.
oh yeah, just out of probably people like hundreds, 200 people like that.
That's number 3?
Yeah.
What's number 2?
Number 2 is piano.
That's fair. And then number 1's guitar, of course.
So yeah, what do you guys got?
I'm gonna go piano, actually. Only because it is, in my opinion, the most versatile instrument.
Yeah, that's what I would have to say. If I were to say, probably piano. But I mean, obviously, we're both guitar players, so guitar up there as well. So 1 and 2 are great options.
Great. I think if you choose drums, you have to be an absolutely bad man. Because if you want, if you get banged, well, that, or it's just like you're not like it's just you're going nuts. Like
What's the criteria? Like, what? I want to know a little bit more about the question. Like, I mean, living full lives as these instruments. Are we getting played? And
It's a snapshot of where you are right now. Although you're whatever musical instrument you be right now is literally just for this point in time, and it could change at any point in time. You could hear somebody else's answer better and be like, oh my gosh,
so you're kind of leaving it open for interpretation a bit in terms of like what kind.
just because we as people are very fluid beings, so to be able to say, hey, pick this thing for the rest of your life, it's like, oh no, that's not how really anything operates.
yeah, though really could feel defined.
Yeah, let me know more about you right now, and then we can grow together more in the future.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I guess like right now, I just feel like an acoustic guitar. Oh, it's good. Like I love like it's just I think it's because I play a lot for the things I got going on, but I also feel like because of the way I play my solo gigs with the acoustic, I have the looper pedal. I got a freaking Dimebag Darrow wah pedal, which is not something you'd assume would be used on an acoustic guitar. Like, and then I got all the distortions and everything. I'm just saying, it's like people come up to me and say, "What do you? I didn't know acoustic sound like an electric," and I'm like, "Well, acoustic, electric, so kind of cheating." But yeah, no, I feel like at this
Pills, bro. You can make it sound like
shit, dude. You want some violins? I gotcha.
Is music. What amazing.
Man, music is the thing that is going to heal the world. Like, if people can just find whatever their song is, like, everyone's got that song. Like, shameless plug. I did a cover of If We Were Vampires and put it on YouTube and stuff like that. I just love that song to death. Love it to death. It just speaks to me about, like, the fleetingness of time and all, and it's just so poetic. And, you know, it's like, hey, we were vampires. Who gives a shit? Like, why do I need to hold your hand? I can do it for forever. It kind of goes like on that track. Oh, it makes me cry. Well, the part that makes you cry is when it's like, maybe we'll get 40 years together, but one of us is going to spend some days alone. Yeah, right? But that, God, it's so good.
dude. That is something like music songs will make me feel more inspired than a lot of things, you know? Just like you hear the right song about like loving your woman, you know, loving your lady. I'm just like, I'm never going to let you go, dude. I only get this life with you, and eventually it's going to be over. Hear about like, you know, missing like a parent or something. You know, there's a lot of songs about that. Yeah. Just fucking tears you apart.
Well, kind of going off of your question of like where you are right now as an instrument, like if you had to wrap up your like experience up to this point in life and with a song or a band, I'll open it up to just a general band if you can't pick one singular song, because I'm sure you get that. What's your favorite song to play? And it's like, well, mine's Everlong by the Foo Fighters, but that's just because I love that song to death too. But you know, man, yeah. What kind of songs like what are you getting lost in these days?
And I would say the vast majority of music is used as gospel.
Bro, some of that stuff is banging.
Anytime I get any song that would really just be thanking God for everything that He's done for me, like that's just it.
Hey, honestly, a good spot, man. McLean? Dude, that's such a hard question.
It's a very,
Sebastian, you have anything?
it's a very hard question.
Nothing comes to mind right away, unfortunately. I'd have to think more on it. Yeah, I'd have to like sit in front of like my plate, like some songs that I have. But the thing I will say that I go on like waves of, like, so right now I'm into like the whole Zach Bryan thing. And I'm sure you guys gotta know Zach.
Thanks, Josh, for introducing me to him.
Well, he would have found his way to argue.
True.
But yeah, so like when I'm talking about like, you know, it's like loving my lady, like, you know, he has a lot of good ones like that, you know, like he even has stuff about like, he has a song called Mine Again about like, I feel like someone that's like kind of got lost in alcohol a little bit and like
Heard that.
you know, sober, like I hear you talking soft, so sober and clear, you know, like you couldn't back then, like, so I mean, it's hard to say exactly what, and then what your question was like, what song, like something like,
Yeah, like your experience up to this point.
dude, it's a hard question. I feel like if I had to put a band on it,
It's a good one. I mean, dude, I still I'll play Cold in the Desert sometimes. Song is just so like, it's just sad.
And know the story behind it, how he showed up to the studio.
Piss drunk, right?
I think he is pissed drunk. I'm pretty sure. And they just let him, or maybe it was the end of the day, and he was pissed drunk at that point in time. And they're like, all right, one more take, and then they just
Like, this is the one.
and then they used the one that was like sloppy and like, but it was so raw and emotional, you know,
Dude.
And I feel like I was kind of like, 'cause, you know, I although I wasn't a famous rock star, I feel like I definitely lived the rock star life for a second, doing rock star stuff, and you know, just trying to like come out of it, you know, on the other end like a better man and figure your life out.
Yeah. If I had to choose a song, like, I got like the one that sums up like, or how I feel like currently right now versus like the song that makes you I think of is Black Holes by the Bluestones. Like, it's just, it gives that vibe of, you know, or one of the lines in there is I'll just play it. This, like, I don't even care. But dude, it's such a good song. And it comes in heavy too. And it like, but it just talks about like being like a broken arrow, having all these issues, and then it just, it's a heavy groove. And then, but it talks about like, we're driving my book, tonight I die. I'm out of money, I'm out of time. I kind of feel that one. But yeah, dude, that song's like, I feel like that's the one that like is the song that brings me up to right where I am now. If I had to sit for like where the season of life I'm in right now, it's definitely Ain't It Fun by Paramore. Dude, it's just, I mean, and the funny thing is Haley Williams, she was talking about like people don't understand why people don't like that. She's like, no, the song's kind of a parody in the sense of, you know, you're talking about being on your own. It's like, no, it's not fun. It's rough. It's miserable and everything like that. Like, it's, I don't know, man. It's just, but I was singing it today on the way home from church. It was funny. But, my dad, I had like a good little cry moment because it was, well, it was just like the part that made me cry was the one because it was like, don't go crying to your mama, 'cause you're on your, and I just kind of looked up and I was like, I just I imagined my mom laughing. Like, just, yeah, bitch, don't come crying to me. Figure it out. Don't be a bitch. Like, my mom was great in every sense of the way a mother could be, but she did not raise no pussy. Like, she was like, you need to man the fuck up. Like, that's why, and it's just funny because I can imagine her saying, don't go crying to your mama. Like, too funny. I like, oh my God. Figure it out. Yeah, just figure it out, man. Quit being a wimp. Like, that kind of stuff really, like, that was what was funny today, driving back. I just was having a good moment. And it wasn't like a sad, like, I like missed her cry or anything like that. It was just, like, it was just to swallow emotions about it. But I could just imagine my mom going like, what do you want me to do about it? Like, you got yourself in this mess. You can get yourself out. Like, and it was the best. But yeah, sorry guys, I have the best mom. Just, you know, unbiased, goated. Dude, yeah, God, so much. Like the things my dad taught me, and like about like just like my dad was just very much just get your shit together in the sense of you need to do X, Y, and Z if you want to have A, B, C. It's very straightforward, Jer. Why can't you do it? And then my mom was really more like, okay, look, if someone asks you for a change of 10 and they say, huh, here, I got a 2 or whatever, they, you know, that little trick where they make you accidentally give you $5 and it's like, my mom was like, I guess the way to put it is my dad was very book smart and my mom was kind of street smart. My mom was kind of a gangster. I like it. Yeah, dude, it was the best, but yeah, dude, that's, I don't know, that ain't fun just because I play that song all the time when I'm doing solo. Yeah, love it.
That's something. So I'm trying to like start playing acoustic gigs again. I'm like just trying to like build up a repertoire of songs that I would want to play. Just like,
I mean, that's the hard part because you want to have songs that people react to, but you also that you enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to find
Like I
a little bit.
like I could go with the rest of my life without ever to play wagon wheel.
Yes, but if there's $100 being offered, you go,
She pick up way whack.
No, I'm going to play.
I feel like some of the songs you sound best there are the ones that you want to play.
Oh yeah,
Like the ones that you actually.
it's like it's not. Oh, he's not really.
And then the people will maybe like it more. You're liking it more. But granted, I at the same time, I don't really.
Joey, you could totally do it. All you.
Oh, I know I could.
It's just it's going to be another. Do you have the time like to spare? And I mean, honestly, like with where you're at in Athens.
Hopefully, I'm right in the perfect spot for it.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, we just don't give a shit. Like, you just have. Hey, well, you know what I'm saying. You don't give a shit that people are like, why are you the 20 whenever year old back in your college town playing? It's like because I'm married there. I have a job. I'm a normal person. Like,
No, but yeah, me and my wife made a budget. You know, I've been married for. That's a big step.
Yeah, dude, budgets are awesome.
budgetary.
You get
But I'm trying to freaking maybe play some music to supplement my income. I mean, shit, dude. Why would I not? I can make a good $600 a week at least.
At least. I mean, dude, that's the thing. It's like I'm doing it full time right now. It's possible.
I'm jealous of your life, bro.
You saw where I sleep, don't you?
Bro, you don't want a bed? You have a little like military cot back to
Keeps you humble. It's like get up there and go fucking grind, Jared. I mean, that's the mentality. Is it comfortable? I actually think it is.
It kind of looks a little comfortable.
we can go lay on it.
I don't know if we would fit.
I think we'd
We'd be cut.
there's a
Cuddly.
Well, dude, I'm just saying we could definitely do that. I made sure to buy the extra large one that had a 300 towel weight.
okay, we can.
They're not together. We can't do it.
But dude, oh my god, it's just been like, dude, the thing is the goal right now is play those gigs to supplement my income for like not having a 9 to 5. But the thing is like you have to like make those steps where you're at now to have an investment that helps be your second income source. And I didn't want to work for Sprint, but I knew it was like eventually I could buy something that's going to make me money. And like, dude, it's possible, man. It's like if you, instead of doing all the partying and shit that we did, if we all had gotten a part-time job, and I hate to say Joseph was right and like moved in together, but Joseph didn't have exactly like right idea about how like mortgages work. At that time, we would have rented. Yeah.
Well, which is not what not.
Well, even if we could find a space, but still, it's like, that would have been fun. That would have been crazy.
We were just all doing different things.
I just laughed because I remember one time we were talking about it, Joseph and I, and he was saying, it's like, wait. So you're going to buy the house, you're going to pay you rent? But what happens when you sell the house? When we're, like, what do you mean? Like, don't we get that equity? It's like, not as a renter. This is like, and I'm not co-signing with you. Love you, bro, but you don't have a bank account right now. Or a fucking phone.
Okay.
But that was by choice, to be fair to Joseph. He didn't have a phone by choice. God, there was nothing like, I had a literal list of people on my phone of where's Joseph for band practice? Call Kevin, call Ben, call anybody. And it's just like, I don't know where he is. And then people are like, it's Jared calling me. He only calls me when he's looking for Joseph. He's not with me, so I'm not answering. But yeah, I'll blood for shitting up on that one.
It did make it quicker though.
I mean,
I know.
yeah, literally. But yeah, I mean, dude, all you have to do is go out, show your face to the bars and stuff that you want to play at, introduce yourself, and then have an EPK ready. Like, you have a set list, dates that you're available, so they're ambiguous. Like, I'd love to play a show at your venue. If you have any open dates, let me know. No, I'm available between June 2nd to July 4th.
You don't let them tell you.
I tell them, here's the space, pick. I mean, and that's the thing, like working at all these sales jobs totally gave me the salesman background and training to do sales, but now I'm using it on myself. Gotta have a product, gotta have like a video, gotta have music.
Yeah, you were always.
And I mean, dude, because I don't give a shit.
There's a formula.
There's a formula and everything is sales. At the end of the day, everything is sales. You're selling either the brand, the product, the name, the experience, and that's all right, getting blown out of Ray. But yeah, dude, you could totally do it. And especially right now, with your guys' budget, make a plan, go out there, have 1 or 2 drinks at the bar just until you can talk to the manager, and then come back 2 or 3 days later. Just don't even talk to him unless it comes up. Ted, like, good seeing you again.
Network.
Yeah, it's literally just that. And then, hey man, remember I was telling you I wanted to play some music in here? Well, I got a couple of weekends I'm open, thus the chunk of dates. Anything in this range open that you could set me up? And then you go to the negotiation part. And I mean, if you don't have all those materials, which I'm horrible at having everything ready sometimes, like if you have everything, all your ducks in a row, and you can say, here's my music, here's my set list, here's my videos, here's what it sounds like, here's my availability, and then you let them give you a number. Like, hey, so yeah, how much for like a 3-hour show? And you can hit them with the 300, 400 if you want to start low. I mean, and then some places to get your foot in the door, you might have to do a $150, a $200 show. But at least in Athens, there's enough foot traffic. And have a QR code. That's the other big thing.
Definitely have to.
Because you know those fuckers in Athens don't carry cash, but they goddamn know it all. So, yeah, dude. I mean, Christ, I made an extra $180 at the last gig just off the tips, and it's like,
Is it all digital?
100. It was like 112. Was a weird number. Like someone just sent me $2. I was like, that's thank you, but it's weird. Like
Just and you could have just given me a $2 bill. Hey, let me tell you, man, it hits different when people hand you the $2 bill. It's really $5.
it's really.
Say what you want to say. You hand somebody a $2 bill, it's
I mean, they're not, and the thing is, they're gonna keep it. So yeah, Joe. But I think definitely, man. I mean, I think the last song you wrote for your wife was a great song. Like,
Yeah, you're right. I should record it.
please do, please. But like, you do that, and then naturally, as you start to play more songs, you'll just play more, and then you'll start writing.
I think that's the way that it's gonna go.
Yeah,
Because I do want to play more music, and it's like you just gotta figure out what you want.
yeah,
And so like I did music so much. I played in Trombley Bay. I played in Bocce. I kind of got burnt out a little bit, and then
you've had your hiatus.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I'm ready to come out of that hiatus.
Hell yeah.
I'm ready to put. The thing is you just have to figure out what you want from this life, and you gotta do it. And I think I was born to play music.
Yeah,
I really agree. I really do think that, and I think I got it in my bones. Like literally, just I have an ear for it. Just like maybe I just think it, but I think I know it, you know. And there's just it's just in my bones, it's in my heart, you know. And I feel like I know Josh to say the same thing. Obviously, you say the same thing. I know Joseph. I already know that man's got it flowing through his bones. And so I'm just saying, people like this exist. So, and obviously they exist. So, and if that's something that I want to do,
yeah.
then I want to do it, you know. And like you, that are just gonna keep on freaking. And you said, if this band breaks up, I'm gonna make another band. And if that band breaks up, I'm gonna make another band. And so I respect your big grind, you know. That's what you're about, and that's what I want to be about. So, but right now I got the whole 9 to 5 thing. So it's like work it. That's what my Nico says, the same thing. Like, yeah, keep it, you know. And then if you love to play music, which you do, then make that a thing too. And maybe one day it'll eventually pay the bills, you know, entirely.
They'll cross.
Yeah, you said it earlier, you know, everybody starts somewhere.
I mean, dude, but you have to start.
Yeah, dude, you're right. That's the things I have to start.
Because, dude, I mean, if you can,
It's the date. I see the hill that you have to climb, and I just get a little overwhelmed.
dude. Well, here's the thing. Like, if you can get 2 gigs a week that are $300, and you can get that consistently, that's a $31,200 a year job.
And dude, I've sworn.
And a lot of it's cash. So the IRS can totally see that we're recording.
Yeah, sorry. We pay our taxes here. They get our ass just like they get it.
We pay the taxes. You just spend it for us. Thank you.
I was looking at my paycheck the other day. They take so
Fucking right.
takes so much.
Careful, you don't have to become a Republican.
You said you didn't want to be a political pocket.
I know. We're apolitical here, but it's just, yeah, dude. If you can do that, but here's the thing: if you can do this for another 3 to 5 years, because you guys aren't planning to have kids soon, and maybe by the time you get there, if you can get in on this next, hopefully not a terrible crash of the stock market, but if it does take a bull market rush to where it's, that's the fucking time.
This is what they're saying it's going to do. The recession's been planned for
Experts say
expected for a while.
But dude, if you can do
Tell it.
yeah,
What goes up must come down.
it's literally
Right?
yeah, it's six.
They're only going to keep on going up.
Happens every 10 years. Recession about every 10 years.
Yeah. When was the last one? 2008.
2008.
Oh, we're overdue.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the average recession going back to like what I think it was 30s, right? 19. Yeah. Even before that, the average recession is at least 17.
yeah. So when it hits,
That's when the most billionaires are made, is during economic downturn.
yep. I mean, that makes sense.
Yes, because coming out of, you have it. Yeah. You have it. Bam.
I mean, dude, that's
All right. This has sounded like a whole nother can of worms, and we're at 155. So,
yeah.
do we have any closing stuff that people really want to be bringing up? Because we should be wrapping this up. Why are you going to kill the conversation? Well, that's a good point. Did I have to drive home to Athens to my wife? I have work tomorrow. Kind of we talking about? If there's still more to talk about, that's more reason to come back for part 2.
That's a fair point. Sebastian,
To come back.
thank you.
Because I feel like we got
off track, but dude, the point is like, go check out my song on YouTube. Go check out the single. Please do. I would love your support. If you can't do anything but just like and share, I'll take it. And then if you got comments on what to do next, please drop me a line. Watch out for Joseph.
Dude, if anything came from this, which obviously floats for you, thankfully, but I'm trying to get back into it, boys and girls. So maybe, we'll look back on this podcast 3 years from now when I'm rich and famous and a freaking rock. I don't even care about rich and famous. I care about just being a freaking rock.
I don't want to be a famous rock star. I just want to be a successful musician.
I just want to be a rock star, baby. Yeah. I grew up on my freaking couch, jumping up and down, singing American Idiot, Green Day, baby.
Hell yeah.
I want to be a rock star, boy.
Yeah, funny.
And I feel like that's just what I was born to do.
Hell yeah.
I like it. So I got something for you and for anybody else out there. And I assume that you guys have heard this, but how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. Go out there, take the bite. It's going to be weird. It's the first bite of an elephant. You got to do it. But the thing is, that it can get done. And even if you end up not getting it done, you're still going to make things so much better with just the product that you made. You just have to start.
Just start. Every step of their 1,000-mile journey starts with one step. Every elephant can be eaten one bite at a time. Well, I think that is a good spot to land on. Definitely stay tuned as well. We'll have more Trombley Bay episodes where we bring back the band. And then, dude, I'm saying I don't know if the people call for it, then we just might do it. But get the band back together and get this guy that are playing some music. Hit him up, let him know.
Yeah. I love you, brother.
Love you too.
Love you, Banana Man. Love you. I love you, viewers. I love it. See you next time.
And love see that. Bye, everybody.